Here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Check the From the Shore to Be More show. Coming through strong with that podcast flow. Sunday afternoon at 2 to 3 p.m. slot. Got the Interstate 95 Turnpike hot. When you tune in, they don't just entertain. They come with the message that presses the brain. Those other podcasts, they seem microscopic. Cause they're the big dogs that drop the hot topics. So sure, be more dumb. You just stay ready for DJ Boom, Shaheem, and on Demi. Put them together, there's a treacherous string. From the tri-state area to the DMV. So sit back, relax, get your Sundays on. On after morning, gone before dawn. That positive vibe that we hitting so strong. With this podcast show, you can't go wrong. So, here we go, here we go. 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 What's up, everybody? And welcome once again back to the From the Shore to Be More show. I am the one, the only, Shaheem.
And I am the Deborah Singletary, representing my Debbie.
What up, everybody? It's the official DJ Boom here in the building. What's happening on this Sunday afternoon?
Yes, he is, and yes, we are, in case you haven't guessed, the treacherous three of the tri-state area and the DMV.
Let's go.
And we are back together again, and it feels good to have our precious on Debbie back, safe and sound from her trip overseas.
I'm grateful to have landed and be out there.
But she didn't take us to, still hate me, but it's all good. I'm glad you're back, Auntie.
Me too, darling.
Well, how was your trip overall? We're not going to drag it out, but how was your trip overall?
Flying high into the wild blue fighting. But to see so much green and life and waterfalls was just delightful. And the food,
I could imagine.
The food
I could imagine. It had to be amazing.
Yes.
Especially to experience another culture.
I like it. Yeah.
You sent me a video of you having some fun on your trip. Is it okay if I show a little bit of it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It looks like you was having a great time, that's for sure.
I was trying to teach her to bump.
Was bumping into each other. That's all.
I couldn't even get the rhythm because she wasn't understanding. But hey, I have fun.
It's like fun, but we are happy you are back, safe and sound. All right, let's get into it. Today, folks, we're going to be talking about aging. It is a topic that is affecting us all. And we're going to go through talk about a lot of different aspects of ages. Everything from healthcare, financial stability, ageism, which you might have heard on Debbie mention a few times on this show. So we're going to cross it all. But before we jump into that, I have got to remind everybody about last week's show. Last week's show was our greatest hits show, folks. And it was amazing to go back and revisit some of our greatest topics.
That was pretty cool.
If you missed it, you can always go back and see it on our YouTube channel or on any streaming platform. We are available everywhere, folks. I must remind you, during your work week, or if you're minding the kids, if you're sitting down with it and you have a moment to yourselves, you might want to tune us in and go watch From the Shore.
Can you mute yourself when you're not talking? Woo!
Yeah, it's a lot of feedback.
I'm starting to feel like
a little bit.
maybe because I'm old, you young
No,
folks.
and we've had that conversation about the feedback, and I know he was trying to work on doing something. Hopefully, we can work something out, folks. So we can get a little more clarity. When Boom's out doing this thing. But for now, yeah, that was good. So again, folks, if you missed it, go back and watch it. We're available everywhere. I know some people have been wanting to tune in. I've been hearing some people can't find the show. You can find us on YouTube, folks. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's not hard at all. Just go to YouTube, From the Shore to Be More. If it comes up From the Shore to Baltimore, right underneath it, it should say, "Did you mean From the Shore to Be More?" Click on that.
Find it.
All right, for those who still are having trouble, I don't see why. But
It brought me to you.
Put the link out there.
It brought me to your website. That's where it took me.
Oh, okay. So you know what? I'll post the link later. But again, just type in From the Shore to Be More. Go to YouTube, From the Shore to Be More, and it should come up. If not, I know sometimes it'll autocorrect From the Shore to Baltimore. But right underneath it, it should say, "Did you mean From the Shore to Be More?" Click on that, boom, and it will take us there. And you can go back and watch any of our episodes real quick. All right, football season today, folks. Football Sunday. My Giants are off. We just suffered another loss.
I was going to say they need to time up. They need to figure out what they're doing over there.
Yeah, we don't have a good team this year. I know it's high hopes for the Giants, but it's not a good team over there. It's been up there. They can get better, but right now, it is what it is. That's all I can tell.
Just so you guys will know, when I'm over there, the microphone is right next to me, the other microphone. So if you're getting feedback, that's what you're hearing, the interference from that microphone and these earbuds in my ear. So sorry about that.
Yeah, it's something that we've talked about. We'll have to work on. We'll get it together, folks. We don't want to stop Boom from getting his coin, so we'll have to work it out. We will work it out, folks. That's for sure. My Giants lost to the 49ers. As we know, the 49ers are one of the best teams out in the West right now, so there goes that. But I know Green Bay is playing today. Green Bay is playing the Saints today.
Yes, they are. We lost last week to the Falcons, which was a great game, by the way. Fantastic game. They pulled it out at the end. Right now, they need for the Falcons to beat the Lions. And right now, they're losing to the Lions. They need to get it together. Because they're frustrating me right now. It's the one thing I asked the Falcons to do, and they can't do it.
Well, the Lions are expected to be a pretty decent team.
Trust me, I know.
And the Falcons still got some pieces missing that they need to make up for, folks. And that's pretty obvious. But for those football fans, it's some great games going on today. So enjoy your football Sunday. I know as soon as I'm done, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But also what I'm going to do is shout out to New York, is watch the New York Liberties. They're in the playoffs. Now they are in the semifinals. The New York Liberty is, and they're playing today. They already started the game. They started at 1 o'clock. High hopes for Liberty. They have a championship type team this year, and they could go all the way. So at least one team in our area is looking pretty good, and that's the New York Liberty, folks. So tune into the game. Watch the ladies play. They are amazing to watch. So shout out to them for sure.
Thank you for shouting out the women.
Yeah, sometimes I think
you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points for that.
I will take it. And again, I just want to remind people, sometimes the ladies don't get their fair share. There are some amazing black basketball players that are females out there on the courts these days. So again, if you get a chance, go watch the game. You will not be disappointed. Folks. So check it out. All right. It's been an amazing week for me. I hope it's been for everybody else. Today, it's been a rainy set weekend up here in the Northeast. So I hope there's a lot of people home tuning into From the Shore to Be More.
See that sunshine.
Sunshine down there in Georgia, yeah.
Absolutely. Look at that sunshine.
That's rude for you to bring.
Well, for most of us, on the East Coast, that is, there was a big hurricane that came through, hit North Carolina, and is working its way up the East Coast, and we got a lot of that. I mean, it was raining crazy yesterday.
Yeah. We should have been with Boom. Yeah,
we should have been.
Listen, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But no, I had to reach out to folks in Maryland because I know that they said some sort of cyclone was coming through there in Maryland. So I had to make sure everybody was good to go. So listen, stay in the house if you can. I don't know what's happening up there because I'm bright and sunny down here, but I don't know what's happening up there.
Yeah, like I said, it was reminiscent of a hurricane that came through. So I know there was lights out in Jersey and everything, strong winds, trees down, the whole thing that comes with it. So people, if stay safe out there, stay off the roads if you don't have to go anywhere. I would tell you that right now. Everybody up and down the East Coast, except for Georgia, be sure to stay safe, folks. Yeah, I see him over there. And stay off the roads if you don't have to go anywhere. Your safety means everything. And again, if you're trapped in a house, turn us on, folks. We have a great show coming up for you. Moving right along, we're gonna keep it going, folks, and we're gonna do this.
Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, get on up. Now if it's your birthday, if it's your birthday.
It's not my birthday, but I was jamming.
Shout out to everybody out there celebrating birthdays today or past in the past week. It is Libra season.
My worst season. This is my worst season.
It is?
Wow.
No, it's just my kid's mom is a Libra, and now my ex-wife is a Libra. So, it's my worst season.
Well, I believe
I'm kidding though. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just kidding.
You better fix that.
You know what I mean? It's all good. But while I'm unmuted, I gotta hurry up and give a shout out to my nephew Quadir. His birthday was yesterday. He turned 27. Like, oh my God! What?
Happy birthday, Quadir. Quadir is the son of our former bandmate, Darren D. Love Henry. Rest in peace, brother. We wish you were here to help celebrate your son's birthday with us, but rest in peace. And so it's a special birthday for us. Happy birthday, Quadir, for sure. And also celebrates, shares his birthday with some famous people, believe it or not. Bruce Springsteen's birthday was actually yesterday. So I want to shout out because I am from Asbury Park. And we all know Bruce Springsteen's famous album, Greetings from Asbury Park. So I got to shout out the boss, yes, whose birthday was yesterday. But also actor Anthony Mackie, who's famous for the Marvel movies and is now the current Captain America. Yes, folks, for all you geeks out there and comic lovers who share who love comics as much as I do. There you have it. So happy birthday to Anthony Mackie. But also, for us cats who are a little older, Latinos, it is Julio Iglesias' birthday. Well, actually, it was yesterday. So shout out to him, who was a big star, had some great songs, some great music. If you get a chance, you might want to go check it out. Also, real quick, and then I'm going to move on. One of my favorite actors from Seinfeld, Jason Alexander. I just want to mention that, and then we're going to move on, folks. So happy birthday to all the Libras out there. If Virgo season is over, sad to say, breaks my heart to say. But now...
Glad it's gone.
And correct me if I'm wrong on Debbie, are Libras are supposed to be the sign of because of the scales, of balance. Is that true? I don't know.
When I think of Libra, I think of what happens when we project onto other people. So in relationships, we're almost always having a relationship with ourselves, but we're projecting it onto other people. So we say the other is good or bad, or in between. But what Libra reminds me is that the balanced relationship is really within. If you're balanced within, you're going to experience balanced relationships with others.
There you have it. Wise words from Aunt Debbie. Remember that, folks. And we're not even at this show.
And Libras will go to war. People think of them as all nice, but because the opposite of Libra is Aries, Libra people will fight you, which is the Aries. Did
you say the opposite of Libra is Aries?
Am I Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
that so?
Boom
Boom,
is
aren't you Aries?
yeah, the series. So Libra is more in touch with themselves. They are more upfront with that, but their shadow self is Aries. So Libras will
Wow.
say in all the charts, the opposite is the shadow self, the part of ourselves that we often disown and put on to others or attribute to others. So Libras can
Oh.
touch the wrong button and, nice Libra is going to go Martian on you.
Oh well, we got to move on with the show, but hold on, let me stop you there for a minute. Well, if these signs have opposites, what is the opposite of Virgo?
Pisces. So
Pisces.
when Shaheem, let me talk to Boom now. So Boom, when
Okay.
Shaheem says that he doesn't believe in God, for example,
Oh
um,
boy.
his opposite is Pisces. So I know that his faithfulness and his love of the divine may be in shadow, but that is very much a part of him. And I certainly experienced that spiritual part of Shaheen, who has been very kind and compassionate to me. And
Oh,
compassion
don't choke me up on this show. I want to say this, folks.
through.
On Debbie says to us the most beautiful things behind the scenes about her appreciation about being on the
Only
show.
once, only once. I'm not going to make it a habit. As a female, I do experience you men as men, and
Wow.
there have been times early in the relationship when I think I was more fighty, with you because you're men, and so that part of myself might be in shadow. But what I know is that I love the feelings that, how am I going to say this and make it sound well?
Don't choke me up.
It feels great to be in with strong men, strong-minded men. It just gives me a certain feeling. Now I love women. Now all my women out there, Terry, you know, but it's something about being with these guys that make me feel held and
Wow.
and protected, and it gives me more permission to be my feminine self because I be trying to be the man out there, I go that way. But this is like, oh my God, let the men do men and enjoy it. Enjoy them. Plus, I'm not married to y'all, so I don't know if I was married to y'all. I don't know. I'd be having a different experience, but from
Okay.
this position, it's very nice.
Well, I just want to say, and I think I speak for Boom. So, well, Boom, you want to say something?
So listen, I had to do the manling thing last night. So the Libra thing, real quick, that is 100% fact. I tell you, I know when somebody is a Libra as soon as I step into the room and they come near me. I'm like, "You a Libra, right?" They be like, "Yeah." I said, "I'm not gonna tell you why." They're like, "How you know?" Don't ask me. Just go with it. I know it. So on that, I came out of my gig last night and my tire was flat.
Wow.
And so it's 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I'm down in the city of Atlanta with a flat tire. So they're like, "You gonna
Mm.
call AAA?" Listen, by the time AAA get here, I'm gonna have this tire changed and be home by the time AAA even got there. So
Right.
I was like, "Nope." They're like, "You gonna be okay?" Going and it was like four women. They're like, "You gonna be all right?" I said, "I'm a whole grown man. Y'all go ahead and do what y'all do." And the one girl said, "Please let me know you made it home because if you don't, I'm gonna be up all night worrying about you." So
Oh,
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. But I'm gonna show y'all a picture of my. It was a '90s party. I'm gonna try to post a picture of here to show y'all the picture of my '90s outfit that I had on yesterday.
so is that a pickup line? Boom,
What is that?
you
That I'm
know,
a whole. I'm a
tire.
whole. Oh no! I'd rather not have. I'd rather not be midnight changing the tire.
Well, I want to say this to Debbie real fast, and then we're going to move on, folks. I just want to say how much, and I think I speak for Boom too when I say how much we appreciate having on Debbie on the show. I can't tell you how much her contributions mean to us. and how happy we are to have her back.
Well, I feel that, and I'm always happy to show up. I don't like missing the show, but so I plan to be riding with y'all for a while, as long
There
as
you
y'all.
go, folks. Yay! There you go. All right. That being said, let's keep the ball rolling.
You know, I guess right now we should start the show.
What you got? What you got? Because I don't have anything. I saw a bad movie, but we don't do bad movies. Thank you, Terry, my sister. So, boom, Shaheem is frozen. Can you come in? Because I don't know anything.
Absolutely, I'm here. So listen, last week I mentioned something about a movie called Motherly. I ended up watching it to the end, and I'm telling y'all, check that movie out if you have not seen it. If you're into thrillers and like cliffhangers and trying to figure it out, that's a movie. That's a movie to watch right there. It's called Motherly.
Motherhood or mother? That's the star of it. Who's the star?
It's called Motherly.
Mother Lee.
hmm
I'll look it up.
I
hmm
heard of that. I heard of that. I heard it was good.
That's not
I
the
did.
one with the black
35
woman.
Infinity Gray in the handicap. They left it running, but I need them to move it so I can get that cap off up under it.
Hold on one second, guys.
Yeah, because we. All right, yeah. I heard that movie Motherly, and I did hear it was good, but I have some good ones for you too, folks. Sorry about that. Sometimes this computer goes a little crazy on me. But I don't know if people heard of the movie The Champions. I this was a really good movie. It's a touching movie about adults with special needs who play on this basketball league. And they
Oh,
and they get a coach who has to learn how to do. I don't want to give it all away, but it's not just a tearjerker, folks. It's actually it's got some comic moments in it. It's funny. It was a really good movie. It touched my wife and my wife dearly, and so I would recommend if especially on a Sunday like this, if you're on the East Coast and it's dark and gray and you're sitting at home, this is a movie you want to check out, folks. It's on Prime and it's called The Champions. It's with Woody Harrelson, folks. So check that movie out. I also got another one.
what?
Now, I actually didn't see this movie. My daughter did, but she highly recommends this. It's called The Other Black Girl. I think that says a lot right there. And it's on Hulu, folks. I think it's a series, actually. It's not just a movie. So, again, here's something that you can start today on this rainy day. If you're sitting around doing nothing, turn on the TV, and there's some suggestions for you. I think that you are going to enjoy.
I'll check it out.
I think you would like them on that. I do. All right, moving on. Folks, we are always looking for the hottest topics to do, and we're thinking maybe you guys have some suggestions. So to contact the show for that or to join in on the fun, any of the games or anything, you can contact the show. Okay? Our Instagram is at From the Shore to Be More. Our Twitter is at @2_be more. Our email is fromtheshore@gmail.com. Or you can call the show at 732-440-9314. Also, real quick, folks, and then we're going to jump into today's topic. I have to mention, you can also support the show, folks. Your donations go to cover some of those fees and things that we have to pay out to create the kind of show that you like and you've come to enjoy, for music and things like that. And so your help is needed and greatly appreciated. You can help us out by sending donations, not to Cash App. Cash App is having problems right now, so we are told. So send donations to paypal.me/From the Shore to Be More, folks. Your donations are greatly appreciated. Thank you. All right, let's jump into this. This is a big topic. Aging. Like I said, all aspects of it. Healthcare, financial stability, ageism, all of it. But I wanted to mention this most of all is that seniors today are not like seniors of the past. Not like I remember as a little kid. The seniors of the past seem to be pretty comfortable in the fact that they were getting old and just let things happen. It seemed that way to me. Of course, I'm a kid looking at these adults. Seniors today are just way more vibrant. They are into way more things than I've ever seen elderly people being as a kid. They are getting into things like simple things in sports, getting that exercise, walking. Pickleball is a big thing if you've ever heard of that nowadays, and you see a lot of seniors get into that. So exercising and keeping themselves moving is a big part of being a senior's lives these days, and just being active, being part of clubs and events. Oh, go ahead, on Debbie. Please jump in, please.
And being sexual. Many people think that when
Oh,
as you
okay.
get older, that the sex life dries up. And
No, it doesn't. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, let's talk about it. Of
I
course.
mean, so and you're getting up there,
Well,
Shaheen.
thank you for mentioning that.
Adults in their 70s and 80s have a sensual, sexual energy. We don't lose our sexuality just because we've aged, although I will say as a woman, I'm not as hormonal as I once was.
Of course not. Of course.
So
but
I can wait for it.
I think the sex as you're getting older, it's a little more. It's more intense. You're more in the moment than, in my opinion, than as a younger person. As a younger person, sex means something totally different. You're just trying to screw everything around. At least as a man, I can say that speaking for myself. You're just trying to knock up everything that would well. But as an older person, especially when you feel comfortable with your partner, the sex is more intense and just better, in my opinion. Some may disagree, but chime in, folks. We love to have your opinions.
The thing that I would tell young people who are, and I'm going to keep this, MGM or whatever for young people to listen to. I would say for younger people that we think of sex as doing and and achieving and did you yet? We're objective. It's a goal. But I would encourage young people as to do what we older people are learning to do, not to try to get it and accomplish it and don't touch me and do what you think is going to make me but to be with me and to be interested and to be sensual and to caress my body. And I think that when we're older, we get it that it's about being together and not just doing each other. But sometimes the pitch works up and you go there, but it's really about being there. Don't try to make anybody feel anything. Just be with them.
I like to put the question out there, and it's to all viewers. And please, people, comment on the show. We want to put your comments up. We love your interaction. What would you think? Why would you think seniors in today's world are just way more active than seniors of the past? Like I said, I think, in my opinion, that seniors of the past just seem comfortable in their age and just getting old and playing that grandpa role. When not these days, I've even seen situations where people don't want to be called grandma or grandpa. Maybe they want to be called something else. They just want to shake loose that title or whatever. I think one reason is because of the information that we get nowadays on not just social media but everywhere about health, about getting up and staying active, and because we have more information, we have more choices as people getting older of what we can do with ourselves.
Mhm.
I brought up financial stability, and what I noticed in some seniors, and then people chime in, please, is that back in the day, a lot of seniors used to hide their money uh, between mattresses, in drawers, in socks. I can remember sometimes cleaning out an elderly person's place, and you'd find money everywhere, stuck in couches everywhere. It was crazy, but that's what a lot of seniors did back in the day. That's what they were taught. But these days, seniors seem to be a lot more financially not just stable but literate. They know what to do more with their money than just tucking it away into drawers. Whether it's investing, whether it's starting a business, or traveling, like on Debbie here, our very own Debbie, who's already been to Martha's Vineyard in Ireland, and so the journey continues. And so seniors today are just built differently, they think differently. And I think the information that they receive in today's world has a lot to do with that.
I imagine that that seniors of today or agers of today, and I'm going to call you and Boom,
Agers, that's a good word.
because what gave me the idea to do this show was I was in a shoe shop and they showed me a pair of sneakers and I said, oh my God, this will be great for a middle-aged woman. And I thought middle-aged, if I was middle-aged, 71 times 2, you do the math. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not middle-aged. Shaheem and Boom are middle-aged. And I was like, 50 plus 50.
Thanks for bringing that up again.
I don't know, So, but I think we have less stress than our parents grew up with. I think we have less anger that we're holding on to. I mean, we've got some, but when my mother died at 67, and I swear I thought she was old. And but I think there's bitterness and that
that's good.
So we take in the idea that for women, for example, that unless we have a man, we're nobody. And so therefore we don't feel so good about ourselves because our husband dated or has gone on to some other woman or man in some cases, I've heard. And so there's a lot of bitterness that we carry along. I'll say this about aging. Yes. I believe that age is a revealer, that when we get to be, as certainly by my age, I think what I'm doing is actually revealing, all of the potato chips that I shouldn't have revealed here. All the stuckness, the bitterness, when you see older people, and it's not because they're old, it's because their bitterness is showing up on their face.
The resentment.
I think aging is an opportunity for us to heal. And because now those aches and pains that are emotional are showing up on our bodies.
And I think you made a great point on Debbie. I think that back in the day, the seniors held a lot of resentment for all sorts of reasons. All sorts of reasons. Today's seniors seem a lot more in tune with themselves, spiritually, mentally, than I can remember being seniors being back in the days. It could be due to a lot of things. The willingness to seek therapy when you need it. Back in the days, people didn't get therapy like that. They just did not. You dealt with whatever was demons you had, and you just roll with the punches, and that was it. But in today's world, people talk about therapy all the time. It's no different for seniors either to talk about their experiences throughout their life, especially the dark ones, and get them off their chest, and finally get those things resolved. And it does lead to an easiness, an unveiling, if you will, almost. And it's a beautiful thing. Today's seniors just seem happier. And again, I want to say, like you, who's been traveling, I know a lot of seniors that they seem like they refuse to settle down. They refuse it every time you turn around. They're taking a cruise or a trip somewhere, and they post the pictures all the time. I've been here, I've been doing that, and not only by themselves, but I've seen pictures of grandparents who took the grandkids with them on trips. So yeah. Right. And so today's world is just an entirely different world. Of course, in the back of everybody's mind as we're getting older, including myself, like on Debbie mentioned about four times, I think, is healthcare.
Yeah.
It's healthcare. It's constantly in the back of everyone's mind now. Because of medical advances, I think people are living longer now than ever before. But we run into more complications, I think, than
Mhm.
people ran into in the past because of a number of things, our diets and environments
Mhm.
and things like that. So we experience things like diabetes,
Mhm.
and the cancers that you hear people deal with, and not just that. You have seniors out there who are dealing with things like dementia and things like that.
Mhm.
And so healthcare is always in the forefront of my mind. I got to
Mhm.
believe a lot of people as they're starting to age because uh, I just learned of someone who's my age who went to the high school that I went to who recently just passed away. My age.
From
It,
what?
it, they didn't say. I just saw the posting on social media
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
everything. And they didn't say, and that's fine. My condolences to the family, and I won't mention any names. But it gets you thinking. I just was at my doctor on Monday, and admittedly, my doctor didn't have anything good to say.
Really?
Yeah, it's an eye opener. Now, don't get me wrong, folk. I'm not about to drop dead. That's not it. That's not it. The point is,
I ain't having it. So,
thank you, thank you, love you for that. But at the same time, there are things that my doctor, and I'm sure a lot of people have heard this, wants me to do differently so that I can be around for a long time. So yeah, it's about making some changes. Uh,
so
uh,
you know what? I'm suspecting that we eat our unhappiness, and so
Interesting.
that the salt and the sugar that we consume, the alcohol that we drink, for example, we're eating that we're unhappy. And for me, the first line of good health is always to be happy,
Be happy.
to
I will.
learn, to take
Number one, folks. That is number one.
to take responsibility for knowing what makes you happy and
Right.
to not hold anybody else responsible for your happiness. So that
Right.
if you're in a relationship or a marriage that doesn't suit, if something is not right about it, we really need to first get in touch with what our needs are, perhaps, and then communicate it to the other person. So if your doctor wasn't happy with the results, I'll bet it has to do with the stresses, Shaheen, that you may have been under.
Well, um, I would say, well, first of all, I want to say that I found my happiness, and apparently my happiness is in food.
I'm sorry,
Because
Terry and I are like, oh, now he's gonna, oh, happiness is
uh,
in Terry. Mm,
no,
okay,
because
other than Terry food, go ahead. You're happy.
no, my wife too, of course. But I say food because when I went to this doctor visit, I found out.
Sometimes, but
But I found out that I put on more than 20 pounds over the summer. Uh, uh, and yeah, I've been eating good during the summer. Oh yeah, yes, folks. All of that barbecue ribs, all that potato salad fry. Yeah, your boy was eating good, and so yeah, I am more than 20 pounds overweight, on close to 30. I hate that. Yeah. So
mm,
that was the first thing. And of course, what comes with that? My blood pressure went up right
mm,
away. And so those were the things she was concerned about. And what does blood pressure affect? It affects your heart. It
mm.
affects your heart. And so yeah, those are things to concern about. So immediately, number one, and then we're gonna keep moving is I've got to lose weight. I've got to stop stuffing my face.
Mhm.
And get my weight down, and I've got to get my blood pressure under control. My wife chimed in, of course. Baby, you know you make me happy, so you don't need to do that. So yeah, but I got to get my weight under control, and so even though I'm home and it's Sunday and I'm looking forward to that big Sunday dinner, no, it's going to have to be salads and stuff for a while, folks, unfortunately.
Well, let's do this because let's be realistic. We all of
Okay.
us need to lose weight. Try this. Try
Okay.
adding more water. Try adding salad. So rather than try to take yourself off of the spare ribs, if just add water, you will find that your craving is less.
Yeah, and here's the thing, and crazy thing about that, I drink a lot of water. Water
How
is
much
actually my
is a lot?
favorite thing.
How much is a lot?
Oh, it's hard to say for sure, but I can honestly tell you that I will grab a few bottles of water out the refrigerator every day.
A
You
few?
know,
A
oh
few
yeah,
is not enough.
oh
Those
yeah, okay.
bottles, you should have at least 6 of those a day.
I would say probably I drink about 3 or 4 more from on my work days because I
Well,
work
that's not
outside in the
enough.
sun.
That's not enough. That's not
and
enough, Shaheem.
okay.
And one of the things that happens to people as we age is many of us experience going to the bathroom at night more to pee. And we think it's because of water. It is not water. It is our body thinks we have toxins. When you drink water, your body is not going to signal you to go to the bathroom. So I drink those bottles I drink about 7 of those a day, and I am
That's a
71
lot.
and I can sleep through the night. Now you have to try not to drink a whole bottle before you go to bed, but I can sleep through the night or get up once. 5 or 6 years ago, I was getting up 2 and 3 times. So I can tell you that you have to look up how much water you should drink for your weight. And I can guarantee you're not drinking enough water.
Okay, well, something to think about. I think I drink enough water, but I'll look into it.
You just said
Obviously,
you drink about 3 of those a day. Didn't Aunt Debbie just tell
I
you
said
that
3 or 4.
3 or 4 is not enough? I mean, my God, Shaheem, you don't hear me?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's not enough.
I'll
You
look
eat
into
a
it, but
lot.
for me, that's enough. But I'll look into it
Terry, do
because
you hear?
obviously,
Terry, are you with me? Do you hear me? I'm telling
no, she does
him
not.
he's not drinking enough water, and he says, I drink
No,
a
she
lot of
does
water.
not.
I say, no, you don't. I drink a lot of
Where's
water.
my mute button at?
Not eat-
Boom, help me out here. No, I hear what you're saying, and obviously your diet, what you put in your body matters a lot, especially as an agent as you're getting older. And so it's something that I have to pay attention to. The doctor was very clear about that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get on it and do better because I do want to. Again, folks, don't panic. I'm not about to. Yeah, and she's right in my face like that. I saw that. That was cute. and again, yeah, not that I'm about to drop dead or anything, but yeah, there are some things that I could be doing better. And of course, with my wife by my side, and of course, when Debbie jumping on me too, I am sure that I'll get it under control.
I take being your aunts very seriously.
I do, and we love you for it.
Listen, you better cut it out. Drink more water. Drink more water. The doctor tried to tell me I was pre-diabetic. Went back to the doctor. I got no diagnosis like that. Drink more water. I do.
How is your
prefer
health? We're
consume-
all getting older. I mean, your birthday passed a little while ago. How is your health?
Listen, you know what? Real talk. I'm actually pretty dang healthy. I need to lose weight so I can start doing more. You know what I mean? Like I'm moving around. I'm going up and down steps. I'm
You see on
heavy
Debbie,
breathing. I'm heavy breathing. Like what?
heavy
is this?
breathing.
Yeah, walking up the steps, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Kind of out of shape, but health wise, like I said, you know, my doctor was actually pretty proud of me. She was like, I don't know what you're doing. I said, I don't know what I'm doing either. Whatever it is, keep doing it. So I'm gonna keep doing it. But I have bottles. I have big bottles of water that I drink every day now. I remember I told you I had stopped drinking. Now, if I drink, I might drink twice in a week, where before I was drinking every day of the week. But out though, socially, you know what I mean? Now I might drink twice, and I'm drinking way more water than before. I got my bike now. I'm on my bike in the morning, you know, riding my bike, blah, 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 blah. So I'm trying to do things a little bit different before I turn 50. I got to get out there and do this Tamia line dance at my 50th birthday party. So I can't be winded doing that.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, on the other hand, for me, I get a lot of exercise. I do, which was surprised me that I gained so much weight. I have a very physical job when I'm not doing a podcast, folks, and I get a lot of exercise. I was really surprised I put on so much weight. And obviously, as we're getting older, health is a big factor, but not only the only factor. I want to talk a little bit about ageism. I know this was something that you brought up a few times on this show, or jokingly, but ageism is a serious thing. There's this notion that, and I think we might have touched on this before, that as when a person reaches a certain age, it's time to start working them out and working younger blood in with the thought that maybe they have fresher ideas, yada yada yada. But that's not always the case. You always need veterans around. As the New York Giants are finding out now because they got rid of all the older guys and got all these young kids and that can't play. But that's a whole other story, folks. But there's something to be said about experience and maturity. Wouldn't you say that on Debbie?
Yes. That's all.
Absolutely. Sometimes
that's why Cougars can get in there because
shout out to all the Cougars, by the way.
I'm not one, by the way. But
no one said that.
I don't want to work that hard, frankly.
That's funny.
But when I worked and when I was working, I was probably in my 60s. All the young people just thought I didn't know anything about computers. Right. And if there was anything to have to do with a computer, they would jump up in there and think they could do it. And if I tried to tell them something, they just thought I was old. So I used to sit back and let them mess up. And then they'd come creeping, Deborah, could you show me? Don't assume that because of my age, I don't know how to operate electronics. On the other hand, when I come to you and say, Shaheen, could you fix this for me? Please just do it.
Well, here's something that might surprise a lot of the young people today. Guess what, young people? Computers have actually been around for a while now, okay? So, yes, today's seniors do know how to operate a computer. They're not something brand new. They've been around for a little bit now. So we've had a little bit of experience at this long before you guys have even touched them. So what I notice is, especially even my mom surprises me sometimes. The fact that she'll get on her phone or a computer. She knows what she's doing. She's doing her thing, and so many seniors are on computers. With my job, I'm in a lot of different homes. And when I'm in some of these homes, sometimes I see seniors who have not just one computer, but a couple computer screens, and they're doing their thing. I don't care if they're just playing solitaire on the computer. They're on their computers and they're doing their things, and they're on Facebook. They're looking at pictures of the grandkids are posting pictures of doing what they're doing. Like I said, I know one lady traveled a lot, posted pictures all the time. And so, yeah, seniors do know how to work computers. It's not a new thing.
Some of us. Some of us don't, but some young people don't as well. I know people who are my age who are totally baffled, but I think you have to keep up. Yes, you have to really keep up. I cannot use computers because my work involves computers. I mean, God, just to get on this show alone, I have to be comfortable with a computer. I've known some of your guests. I think our guests couldn't quite figure out how to get on because it can be scary. So I do suspect there'll come a time when it's just going to go beyond me because, my God, they don't stay with one thing. You get on the website, you've been on for years and years and years, and all of a sudden they've changed everything. But I think some of that is good because it forces my mind to get engaged.
Would you say, and I think this to be true, would you say some people just don't want to be bothered with computers?
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you come from a whole different world like seniors do, when there was no computers, the thought is, well, you don't need them,
Well, it's annoying. I recently went to a family reunion or was going, and the woman said, could you mail a check? I was like, lady, I haven't seen a check in 20-something years. Like, I don't have a check. can you get a money order? I'm like, look, I'm busy. I want to click a button and pay. I didn't work with those people. I fussed at them until they got PayPal. I mean, it's like really, if you want to engage and you want to do
Oh
business
man.
in the modern world, you better get yourself Venmo or PayPal or
Seriously, folks. Come on.
it's
I
like,
couldn't even imagine myself behind someone in a line at the supermarket and watch someone actually pull out and try to fill out an actual check. I couldn't even imagine. I don't know. I'd be screaming inside, like, "Are you kidding me?" I can't remember last time I seen a check. I'm being honest.
me too. Move ahead, you old fart. Move.
Do banks still get white checks? They still
They
get white checks.
They should have a line for people like that, I say. Shani, may I bring up something else?
Yes, please.
I want to briefly touch on the shame of aging.
Oh.
And sometimes I think we're shamed. It's a form of ageism. Sometimes our children kind of shame us. When I'm dancing, my kids laugh at me when I say my kids, my nieces, which I don't mind, by the way. I don't feel that they're shaming me. But, there is the sense that they see that we're old or they see that we're out of sync. And I think we sometimes feel badly because we have midriff bulge or a couple of bulges, or I have felt some shame about limping because my knees have started to hurt, and so I'm learning to. Sometimes I have when I get on the Zoom, I want to go like this, give myself a facelift. And the whole time go, well, hello, everybody from the short of, because, I think that we have an opportunity for complete self-acceptance as we age. And it's the kind of self-acceptance that maybe we weren't aware that we didn't have when we were younger. But now I accept that I have bald spots. I know. So that's one reason why I don't cut my hair short. Because if I cut my hair short, it'd be a bald spot right there and another one there. And and sometimes I feel, you can't walk as fast or as long as your younger family and friends. And I want to mention, that
No, I'm glad you brought that up because that's a real thing, especially I think with men. Because it's a tough thing to accept that we can't do the things that we used to do, especially for men. Sometimes it feels like we're always in competition with each other, so we're always thinking about these young bulls coming up. You know what I mean? And so, maybe it's tough to accept sometimes that we can't do the things that we used to be able to do, and these young kids are running around, and it is tough to accept, especially for us men. So there's a sort of shame that comes with that all. So I'm glad you
No,
brought that up.
no, especially for you men, because no, I don't give a ding damn about these young boys. They all silly as hell to me. So nope, I don't give two shits about what they say, what they do, how they move, none of it at all. Not no part of it. Not I could care less. Listen. Speaking on that, there's a gentleman sitting at the bar here, and it's funny as hell to me because this young lady sitting next to him, and he has his wallet sitting on the counter showing his credit card. That is a Silver American Express card. Dude, like, and look, all I did was go over there and ask for another drink, and she started talking to me. But he's sitting there. That's why I don't care about what people do. It's not even that I'm not trying to get to nobody in here, but you trying to be impressive, and I'm not doing anything that I'm being impressive. So I don't care nothing about that at all. Do your best to be the most impressive person you can become, and I don't care. Do you?
Again, for some of us out there, and for especially men, like I was saying, getting older can be tough, and when you can't, especially for those who used to be athletes and things like that, and you cannot do the things that you used to do. You just cannot physically.
Yeah.
It's just part of nature.
I think it's an adjustment.
It's an
You know, I often thought that my father, who at some point had to stop working, work was what my father did. He worked and he made love, and I think that was his identity. And when he could no longer work for physical reasons, and he could no longer make love, I have a feeling that he gave up, that he was depressed.
Interesting.
He was like, okay, I'm not a man anymore. And so I think we have an opportunity to self-identify what it means to be a man. And I think being a man is more than being a provider,
Yes.
and swinging the stick, and you know, and working hard and knowing all the answers. That I think with aging we have an opportunity to sink into the sanctum of our humanity, and that there's more power in our humanity than there is in our sex roles.
Right. And so I agree with you. It's 100% an adjustment. Me, myself, I am so comfortable with who I am. I might not be able to do all the things that I used to do, but I still can do a hell of a lot.
Well,
I'm
you
still very capable.
can do more than young people, because the
In some
advantage
cases, yes.
is that we pace. So younger people are, you know, squirting their energy all over the place. They're not, and I just mean that as a metaphor.
Right.
You know, for men and women. So they're not necessarily accomplished. With aging, you got to say, I can do this, or this. And then you pick, you know, you have a lot more wisdom about what you choose to do. And sometimes older people actually accomplish more because they're not wasting their energy.
Right. Well said. Well, I mean, older people have a lot to contribute to the world, but most important, I think they have a lot of advice that they can give younger people, because they've been through a lot, and through their life experiences, they have a lot to offer. I saw this clip on YouTube. I wanted to show of older people who, if they could talk to their younger selves, what would they say? I thought this was interesting, so I want to play this.
Your youngest self. Don't be scared. Make the hard decisions.
Don't worry yourself about things that might never happen.
And what makes you say that?
Because I spend my whole life doing it.
And well, why is that important? Why would that be?
You waste emotional energy. You're wasting time on something that A, might not happen, and B, you can't change anyway.
Yeah, so true. So then what would you say to young people that are literally struggling with that right now, and maybe they're watching?
Try not to worry about anything that you can't change. Think of other things that they could do that might improve their lives in other ways, but don't waste time worrying about something that you cannot change.
Spread my feathers and let my beauty shine.
You had any problem with that?
Well, we all do, right? And we all want to make sure that we can give our best selves to everyone and let our inner selves shine.
Don't be so afraid.
Have you been afraid of something that you needed to overcome?
Oh, sure. You know, plenty of times where there's an opportunity that came up and you think about it and you think about it and then you're like, oh, okay, maybe next time. And you put it away for a way, and then you think later like, oh, I really should have done that. I really should have gone there.
Take any opportunity that you have for your future. Because as a teenager, I had a very simple, boring life, and then I had the chance to go to Japan, and it changed my life.
Don't get so caught up in things. Don't get so worried. Have fun. Have a little fun.
And why would you say that?
Because we're all going to die eventually. You don't want to spend your whole time worried and fretful and anxious about this or that.
Seize the moment. Say yes more often, and don't always say no. And don't always think things over too much. Oh, well, I think there's been times when I haven't seized opportunities. I've been too cautious. So, whereas now, I sort of feel like that was a bit silly. I should have gone for it more. I don't regret things, but it's just what I would say, I think.
Now I've realised over my life I've probably not done things.
I like that, Shaheen. Thank you.
that was good. And one reoccurring thing that I kept hearing in this is not to worry about things you can't control. Don't be afraid to go for it in your lives. That was one of the main things that I kept hearing in it. So I want to play that because if I could go back and talk to my young self, there's so many things that I could say, but some of those things were right on, hitting the nail right on the head. I would definitely tell myself to stop being afraid and go. So again, aging, and then we're gonna start closing out the show, folks. Aging today is not like aging of the past. You can be vibrant in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and if you're still physically able, into your 90s. Getting old is not a death sentence, folks. Not even a little
Whoa!
bit. Not even a little bit.
Yes.
No, not even a little bit. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go. Chime in, please.
No, I was just saying, whoa, you got it right.
Yeah. It's not a death sentence. You can live your life to the very end and enjoy it and be happy.
Good. That's good, Shaheem. That's good. Thank you.
And we encourage you to do that. All right, folks, it's time to close out the show. It's been another great time that we've been spending with you guys, but like all good things, they must come to an end.
Hold on, let me answer this question real quick for Jasmine.
Sure. I didn't see it. Thank you.
So, she said why people are so afraid of, you know what? Most of it comes from their upbringing. Most of it comes from watching their parents or whoever's raising them have these same fears and worries, and they're afraid to live life. It's so much easier to fall back and not do anything than it is to step up and do something. So people a lot of times take the low road and not do anything and just take what life gives them instead of going for it. Like Steve Harvey said, you never know what you're gonna have until you jump and see if you can fly. You know what I mean? And I'm always jumping and I'm always flying. And so I just wanted to answer that question real quick, Jazz. That is why people are so afraid. It's usually from their environment and what they see. And until they decide they want more and want better, they won't do better.
Wow. That was good. Thank you.
I just want to chime in and also say, fear is a natural human emotion. All of us experience it to some degree. Getting over it is the thing. Some of us need different tools to get over it, but I would encourage everybody to work through your fears. Just work through your fears.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, folks. It's time to say goodbye to all our company.
No.
MIC, hey, whatever. All right. Debbie, what you got coming up this week?
I'm recovering from being away from my home.
Woof, I know that's right. It was a long trip, wasn't it?
Yeah. What about you, Shaheem? Or does DJ Boom go next? DJ Boom, what you got going on?
You guys know I live the fast life. It's way too much going on. Let's see what I got. Tomorrow regular work. Then I start my DJing classes. With this young lady, I got my first student. She wants to learn how to DJ, so I start classes with her tomorrow, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Work. Back here at Tech on Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 5. Podcast from 2 to 3. Take out the garbage, do laundry.
The hardest working DJ in the business. The hardest working DJ in the business, DJ Boom, folks. If you get a chance and you're in the area, make sure you go check him out. And also, don't forget to check out on Debbie for your astrological readings at visioncarriers.com.aol.
Thank you.
We go. All right, and as for me, you always know I'm working hard behind the scenes, folks. Number one, to try to give you the best show possible, but also on music. My new song will be dropping this week called "We're In Here," and I encourage people to please look out for it. It's going to be coming to you. Also, don't forget to check out Hazy Trays, my new company, where we make custom trays with any image that you send us. Folks, makes a perfect gift. So make sure you go to hazytrays.com and check that out. Also, check out TaylorMade, folks. Our family is in the clothing business. Yes, it is. So make sure you go check out TaylorMade at bigcartel.com, folks, and check out his clothes and especially his varsity jackets. We would definitely do that. And also, real fast, I want to say, oh yeah, duh. For the full experience, make sure you go to therealshaheem.com. And there you go, folks. Now it's time to round it out, and we always round out the show with
Ain't no stopping sunshine. Ain't no stopping me. Ain't no stopping all the love that sets the people free.
Stop being critical of your body. Your body, no matter what shape or form it is a temple, and treat it like a temple. When you're bathing, enjoy the feeling of your body. When you're walking, enjoy the feeling of your thighs and enjoy the sound of your voice and use it to express appreciation for your body.
There you have it, folks. That is the last word with Aunt Debbie, and that is the end of the show, folks. We enjoyed having you guys here. It's been a blast as usual, and we look forward to seeing you guys back here next Sunday at 2 p.m. for From the Shore to Be More. Listen, enjoy your weekend, your Sunday, folks, because you know you got to work tomorrow, and we will see you next week on From the Shore to Be More.